Alright guys, this is Link 2012, and today I'm going to be showing you my speedrun of Rogue. Rogue is a fun roguelike map, I guess you could call it. It randomly generates a dungeon each time you play, and there's 5 different levels to each dungeon, and your goal is to complete these by taking down all the spawners. It's essentially survival mode. You can do whatever you want. But yeah, I guess I decided to speedrun it. I enjoyed the map. I only have one complaint about it, and that is that the spawners are very, very unbalanced. They'll spawn like vigorously, and you can get 50 to 100 mobs in one area, even if you're going fast and speedrunning like I am right here. It just gets very overwhelming very quickly. Let's see, other than that, this is a fantastic map. The randomly generated dungeons are great. The mobs are balanced. Other than that, love the chests, love the items, and I guess that's about it for the opening. So you see initially here, I activate the fake wool box. Those are fake wool boxes, essentially. There's one of those at the end of each area. I won't be collecting the wool. There's actually no wools here. And I do that to get some blocks, because I'm going to need some blocks. I did notice that there was a little entrance right there to somewhere, but I decided to come up here anyways, because I might have missed something. I didn't in the end, so it would have been a shortcut to go up there. This run isn't by all means perfect. There's many mistakes in it. I wait a bit there to hesitate before I take the axe. That's actually a very important item. This is the charging axe. It's very rare. You can find it in one of the chests in the first area, or the first dungeon. And so I take a shortcut right here. I notice the way that I basically understand the way the dungeon generates, so I use that to my advantage to find which way will be the most optimal way of going. Sometimes I mess up with that though. That's part of the challenge here. It involves a lot of thinking this run. Which way do I go? Which way do I turn? How do I evade these mobs? The mobs are very difficult in this, especially when running, because they can get very difficult towards the end here. They kill you. And they spawn like crazy towards the end here too. We'll see that in a while. I've actually only beat this run one time. I speedran it for like 3 hours or so this morning. Oh, you heard a little splat there. That's me loading up another dungeon. These dungeons essentially take 2 minutes to generate. Take a really long time to generate because of the methods they use. They're really good methods though. I'm not speaking against those. Plus the block here to go faster. And so essentially that's the sound when the dungeon is fully loaded up. You see, I have 2 of these running at a time. I'm not actually running 2 at a time, of course. I just have another in the background. That way I can load up the next map. Very limited on arrows in this map as well. And when normally playing, they're quite difficult, and you have to really spare them. Here I can use them a little bit less sparingly. I get past these mobs here, go around, look for any chests, nothing, continue. This is the first full room. First area complete. Awesome. My weapon's a little low. I grabbed some excessive items. As you can see, I grabbed some emeralds a while back there. Those aren't really necessary. And I rearranged my inventory quickly. Just that way things are more optimal for me. I want to get past these silverfish, but they're not really nice. They explode me, so yeah, not very easy. But I get around them, and we continue. Didn't take much damage there, thankfully. Alright, this is the second dungeon. It's really, they have the creepers, those are pretty bad. The worst part about this dungeon, though, are those skeletons. Thankfully, I only encountered that one. I'm not sure if I counted more, I don't think I did. But he didn't see me, so it was fine. They essentially have knockback swords and knockback bows, so they're pretty OP. Look for any chests to be found. It's really important to get a chest at this point. I want gold or iron ingots, because those essentially allow me to get shovels, and shovels are going to be really useful in the next section, because it's a snow section. Those are some of the shots behind this. I don't want the mobs destroying me while I'm opening the chest, so I try to take care of them. Not really to any extent. Actually, I do. Right. So I get a gold shovel. That's even better. I don't have to take the time to craft it. and 2 regen pods. Regeneration is very important in this, as you can see you don't regenerate health at all. It makes the map really difficult. Although you do have absorption that regenerates every once in a while, so that's really helpful. I like that. I like that feature. I'm gonna have that in my map in Descent. I am working on that, by the way. I should have a bunch of episodes on that released soon, an update video along with concept video. Sorry about my lack of uploads. Here I get some nice boots. They have blast protection, I think. Yeah, blast protection. Blast protection is awesome because the silverfish do it, they explode, the creepers explode, and eventually very dangerous. I took a look at here, realized that the way the dungeon generated. It essentially generates in one long line, so you have to be careful. You could end up going in circles, and sometimes parts of the dungeon get cut off, so you have to know where to mine in order to get to the next part. That's really difficult, and sometimes it messes me up at the beginning. I spend 2-3 minutes just trying to find the next part of the dungeon. Thankfully, that doesn't happen here. Although this isn't the fastest runs either, so it's similar to compromise. These level things. How'd you get over them? Thankfully, I had those blocks from earlier. The wood does not burn when this fire is turned off. It's pretty sweet. I'm having trouble finding the other side of this, but I can assume it's over here. So I can run it here, block off the lava. Hope it doesn't spill on me. It doesn't. I'm lucky, and I continue on. Sometimes there's chests in there, under those 2 blocks, so I just double check that. Just in case, you never know. Try to kill those zombies, doesn't work out too well. Because of course I don't have a weapon. No, I do though. Fire axe. Pretty good. Pretty good. Compared to what I had earlier, at least. This axe is awesome. This helps my runs go way faster. Oh, that was scary there. If that creeper had blown up, the run would have been over. There have been several moments where that has happened. Thankfully not here. Here's the next part. As we can see, this is the snow section. Do I get my shovel? I should get my shovel out here. I was just double checking to see if there's another way. There's usually other ways in the beginning of these sections. Golden apple regenerates exactly 2 hearts, that's why I took it. And now we get these guardian guys. So, when I initially beat this dungeon for the first time, like not speedrunning or anything, this section didn't work. As a matter of fact, this section, the section after it, and the final section, all of them didn't work. The spawners wouldn't spawn mobs, and that was really nice because I didn't have to put up with these guys. But now, in this run, I have to put up with these crazy guardians which spawn water where they walk. I think that's very creative, and I'm actually going to use that concept. I love that concept. Also, I like how the zombies, they drop poisonous bats when they die. I love that. And what I love most is how the skeletons, they switch their weapon when they're attacking you. When they're at far range, they have a bow. When they're close up, they have a sword. I think that's very creative. I want to do that. Yeah, make sure you play this map and give some credit to this map maker. He's fantastic. The things he does here are just over the top. He uses the most up-to-date technology and and some fantastic tricks. Very creative guy. Right, I'm just gonna get out of here, I think, to myself. I don't want to deal with those guys. And now we're in this section. It takes quite a few hits to kill him. My axe doesn't. I suppose there's a chest here. That's what I'm looking for. Oh, maybe I'm just trying to clear out the area. I can't remember what I did that for. There's usually a logical reason. Yeah, I must have been looking for a chest. Oh, I wanted to craft. Oh yes, I wanted to craft some more shovels because those are important. Also, I have enough to craft some iron armor. I'm not sure if I do that here. Why did you make iron shovels, dude? I think back to myself. You should make gold shovels. Wait a minute, no. Iron shovels are a 1. I'm sorry, guys. I'm confused today. I'm very confused. Iron shovels, gold shovels, and diamond shovels instantly mine stone. And so that's why I make them here. I wish there was stuff like that in other sections. Unfortunately, in the first section, the last section, etc., it's really difficult to mine stone. And as we can see, I can just escape quite easily. Awesome. So I'm down here now. I'm gonna try to mine to what I saw earlier. Try to get out of here. Go on to the next part of the dungeon. Luckily I end up at this place, which takes me down a bit. The further down you go, the better. That's where the end of the dungeon is at the bottom of the place. So, that's a good goal to have, to go downwards. And so I realized I came from that direction, so I want to go this way. Thankfully I have some creepers and not some crazy skeletons. You gotta get really lucky in this. Really, really lucky. Most of my deaths are not because I'm not skilled, it's just because I can't survive. Because you have 500 skeletons there, and it's just, you can't get through them. I pushed through to try to get through them, and it doesn't work. I think, I did that a while back here, in case you didn't notice. It actually worked. Normally that doesn't work though. Alright. Here we go, going down. Making progress. Another chest, awesome. Blast protection boots. I think I already have blast protection boots, actually. So it was... Oh, no, I didn't. Alright. The chain doesn't have quite as great enchantment, so I should have kept the gold on. That's alright. There's a lot of things you're thinking about when doing this run, like what do I have to craft for this next section, how do I keep the minimum, keep the mob spawning to a minimum, etc, etc. It's not so simple. Yeah. Alright, you go on. I wanted to craft something here, but I want to craft an iron sword, because my sword's really low. My weapon's really low. I guess I'm going to go ahead and make another one here. Sorry about the sniffles, I'm a little sick. Right, so we got an iron sword. Iron sword is pretty good. It'll probably be outdated as soon as I get a sword in this section, because the swords here are pretty slow. But we get charged creepers in this next section, so that should be fun. Yeah, see, I just got... I spent all that effort trying to get that sword, and then all of a sudden, something better. Also get a nice helmet. Fire protection 4, that's pretty OP. I decided not to do the fake wool thing. They only work half the time anyways, so it's not an issue. Turns out this went in a circle. Should have saw that coming. And there's skeletons. I do not like skeletons, so I just take them out of the range. Take them off, no? Actually, I decide, you know what? I have enough for pants. I'm gonna make some pants, because I don't want to get killed by some crazy creeper here. Those guys are absurd. So yeah, just come back up here, and pants. Sweet. I take a moment to think about, is there anything else I need to craft? Nope. Okay, I'm gonna go. Look for anything to throw out. I could have thrown out some things. I wonder why I didn't. Take down the switch so that way she doesn't hit me in the back. The poison potions are actually nerfed, which is pretty awesome. Very, very fantastic redstone work here on this map. I tip my hat to the map maker. Oh, that could have killed me. Thankfully, there was enough stuff there to absorb the shock, the blast. Oh man, skeletons are on my back. They can shoot me at any moment. Oh, but I make it. Oh yes. Pro. I have fire protection 4 anyways on the helmet, so it's not a big deal if I get hurt with the fire. Alrighty, so now we move on to this next part. Try to place down a block to make me go faster. It doesn't really work. Most of my tricks don't work here. I'm sad. I'm considering also doing a planned run for this, because essentially the first map that generates is always the same. So maybe I'll do that. I'll consider it. Here I start getting some lag spikes, some weird things start happening with my fraps. I think it might have been my security kicking in, just telling me that I need a monthly update. And so I started getting some absurd lag spikes here. I had to restart my Minecraft, which you will see in a moment. Yeah, I just couldn't take it anymore, so I decided to quit. Try one more time, actually, before I quit, I think. I was just double-checking some of my programs to make sure that everything was okay. And it didn't stop, so I was just like, yeah, I'm getting out of here. Yeah, getting out of here. Get out of there. Hurry, we only have so much time. I kept the speedrun timer running, don't worry. It's all good. As you can see, there's my 2 worlds. the one with the actual run and the one with the run to be made. I decided not to take the risk here and just shoot the creeper to death. You actually have to be jumping while you're inside the creeper in order for it not to do any damage. So that was a very smart move on my part. I realized that this is probably the right way, so we go this way. Oh, there's a sword with knockback on it. I'm gonna use that and take the iron even though I don't need it. I take a lot of stuff I don't need, but that's okay. Finally realized that this is the right way. Go around, hit by a skeleton. Thankfully not too much knockback. Go around, and well, this is a predicament. So I'm just like, oh no, I might die. Oh, never mind, I didn't. Now I'm happy, and I'm gonna go in this hole and block myself in. Awesome, so convenient. That was very convenient that I creeper blew up like that. So now I dig through the wall. I think I get stuck at this portion from right. Because it's just, these dungeons get really confusing, and I'm lucky that I didn't get confused too much in this one. Ow, but I do fall in the lava here. This is pretty bad. Mini derps, mini derps. I'm considering drinking a potion or not drinking a potion. Don't know which one to do. Put fall damage there. Take a look at my surroundings. Don't like what I see. And I go back around. And I go back in. I try and look for another entrance. Because there's always an entrance to a room and there's always an exit. Do not know why I went this way. I suppose it's to see where this led me. Goes back. I think that means that... I thought that means that the... I was essentially going in a circle. The dungeon went in a circle that led back over here. So I continued. I believe I am incorrect. I do not know why I went that way. Sometimes there's good ores up there, actually. And sometimes there's spiders as well. It's good to check. But I didn't. I just chilled here and took the chest. After defeating... You always want to kill the mobs before you take your chest, because these guys will destroy you. So convenient, they blow up the spawner. Sweet. Projectile protection for really useful. So instant health potion, very nice. Iron, not a big deal. I'm gonna drink one of these. Nom 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 nom. Next is more like chug chug chug, but yeah. Actually, maybe not. That doesn't do that. They do a lot of damage, dude. Trash creepers. I mean, it depends, because you can just, like, get a block in front of you and boom, you don't die. It's so simple. But if you have nothing between you, it's just a one-hit kill and they destroy you. So yeah, by now I'm realizing my mistake, and I'm having to go back around. I used the way I made it earlier, because that's a lot simpler. And now I'm looking for the other exit to the room. Here it is, over here. Point to it even. Do I take the chest? I'm thinking, maybe, maybe not, probably. Yeah, I'm not gonna go for it. Because there's a creeper there, and he's gonna mess me up. Thankfully no mob spawned here, because I was really nearby. It's an issue when 1,000 skeletons spawn. I mean, I can take care of creepers, because you can just run right through them. Witches aren't bad, because they don't throw at you until you get past them. And then zombies, they're just dumb. But everything else, all the skeletons, no. I can't do it. And so I get through this part. It's fantastic. Very good luck here. Very good running skills as well. I consider trying to take some of the resources in the room, and I'm just like, nah, I'm not gonna do that. Poison spiders aren't too bad, thankfully. Just, they're not quite as bad as the wither skeletons, to be completely honest. Which is a good thing. Oh, man. Let's look for a chest in that room, don't find it, so I continue along the path that dungeon generated. And here we are. This is the final room, the climax of the run. The worst and most fun part. I'm kind of bummed that thing spawned. I was hoping it would be glitched out like the first time I played this map. But no. But it also makes a pretty fantastic run here, so don't you worry. Don't you worry. I considered making an iron pick there, but I feel like, nah, I'm not gonna do it. And here we go. So, fun fact, in this final area, instead of initially spawning one mob, spawners will spawn like 5,000 mobs, which makes it very difficult. There's also quite a lot more spawners. And the gear in the chests are super overpowered. That's the annoying thing, is that when you get to a section, you have absolutely nothing. And then they give you all this junk. I mean, sorry, not junk. All this fantastic stuff. But you have to find a chest first, which is really rare and really difficult. So I moved back here just to make sure that there's no spawners spawning further along the path. I think I go back and make diamond pants here. This is bad. This is really bad. Oh no. Oh, but I make it. It's fine. I think let's just drink a healing potion. Checking the axes to see if they're better. Sharpness 5 is on the diamond axe is way better than this one right now. So I take it, obviously. It's also a multi-tool, so that's good. Make diamond pants. I think that was wise, because then I still have the projectile protection from the chest plate. It does lose me 1 armor point though, so that's okay. And I consider making something else. Oh yes, I do make something else. I make an iron pickaxe. Mine the crafting table with my new found diamond axe. And continue on my run. Oh man. No, this is badness. This is just everything bad in the world is in this room. Well, actually not skeletons, thankfully. Oh, I'm so thankful there are not skeletons in this final area. Instead you get those pigmen, which are also pretty difficult. They don't do too much damage if you have armor like I do though. Oh, but I do take some damage. Oh, I get myself in a tough spot. That was not very wise of me. And I get blown up here, which is actually pretty good for me. This is very lucky that I got it all the way up here. And so I decided to just mine around for a little bit. So peaceful up here. You just hear the sound of the fire below. You don't actually have to deal with any mobs. And then you go down and you get blown up. Those pigmen are pretty awesome too. They light fires when they walk. I plan on having something like that in the Descent. Probably maybe a little bit different. Probably where they change the ground they walk onto something. Like crumble up the ground. But fire is also a good idea. I plan on having that too. Anyways, enough about me. This map's awesome. And I continue running it. This axe is awesome. I think this axe pretty much saved my life here. Because if I had not been able to run through as fast as I could, I probably would be dead by now. I would long since have gotten blown up in the face. But yeah, it worked out. Only a few cave spiders, you know? Then I can't regenerate. I got really lucky with the chest this time. Normally you don't get so many chests. And normally they don't give you such great loot. You just get some potatoes and some brewing supplies, which are never useful. And I finished the run. Boom. And the moment I click the button, it also, in case you didn't know, it starts when I get teleported into the labyrinth. So essentially, when I hit the cobwebs on that beginning part, that's how I did the timing. Because this is a random speedrun, I did a random dungeon instead of the predestined one at the beginning. So that's pretty awesome. And this involves a ton of improvisation. It takes a whole lot of skill to do this. It also takes a whole lot of brain work. You gotta know which way to go and which places to evade, what spawners to destroy, how to loot, etc., etc., etc. Yeah, it was very fun though, and I hope you found this run enjoyable too. Thank you very much for watching this video, and I will see you in the next one. Take care, have a good day, bye bye.